guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Day and I am here to explain it all. Today's video is my introduction for the Butterfly Project Pan. This project pan was created by Lauren. She goes by Beauty Nook by Lauren. I will link her YouTube channel up here in the cards and her Instagram handle down somewhere in the description box below. So this is basically another entry in my panning journal. I just became a member of this community. I used to be part of the beauty community and the beauty space a lot more than I am right now. And I was finding that I was constantly unhappy and unsatisfied with the things that I had, specifically makeup items. And I've always disliked from the beauty community the sort of consumeristic aspect of it. So I'm really happy that I found some project panners and that I was introduced to this community, and I'm so happy to be allowed to be a part of it. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your engagement. It really helps me out because it lets YouTube know that I'm not some weirdo doing weird things on the internet, but that, you know, I'm a normal person just trying to connect with others. So basically, I have been looking for projects to either start or to collab and join project pans that will be fun, but that will also be challenging. Now, I found a couple of them and I even started my own. I'm doing it should technically be called 420 because it's 4 seasons and 20 items in 2020. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. I don't think I'm going to call my project the 420 Project Pan. But back to what I was saying. So I've been looking for a couple of project pans to join. One of them was created by a really nice girl. She goes by Beauty Nook by Lauren here on YouTube as well as Instagram. I believe her Instagram handle is bnbylauren. I will have those linked down in the description box, and I'll have her channel pop up in a card somewhere around here. But yeah, she basically created a project pan titled the Butterfly Project, and it seemed really fun because if anything, it made sure to convey the essence of the project without being too limiting or too constricting with rules. Now, the essence of this project would be all about the butterfly theory, the butterfly effect, and the chaos theory. First off, you're going to separate your collection into categories, and you're going to choose a handful of categories that you want to focus on. They can be as many or as few as you'd like. And the categories can include things like skincare, hair care, nail care, eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, bronzers, highlighters, so on and so forth. Or it could also be items that are not necessarily beauty related, but maybe items like health products, home care goods, anything of that nature. Just any category of items that you have a lot of and that you want to declutter and you want to use up for the year 2020. So now, once you've selected the categories that you want to focus on, you're going to create an inventory of each one of those categories. So for example, if you want to focus on bronzers, you're going to create a list of every single bronzer that you own. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Stick with me. So now that you have your inventory and you have your list of all items that you own, you're going to place those items into something called Tiny Decisions. It's an app that you can download on both Apple and Android phones, I believe. And it's basically an app that's going to generate a randomized answer for you. Now what you're going to do is you're going to insert the names of all of your bronzers. To continue the example, you're going to insert all of those names into the Tiny Decisions app, and it's going to spin the wheel and it's going to give you a result. This is the way the Butterfly Project Pan is going to work. You are going to choose a determined amount of items that you want to focus on for the week. You're going to pull items from each one of your categories, but here's the twist. For every item you pull from your category, you must pull a randomized item created by the Tiny Decision app. So let's say, for example, that I own 10 bronzers, and I decide that I want to use 2 bronzers a week to satisfy my Butterfly Project requirement. So what I will do is I will choose one of the bronzers. Let's say that I choose the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I have to make Tiny Decisions choose another bronzer for me. If I chose 2 bronzers, I would ask the Tiny Decision app to choose 2 other bronzers for me. That really is the essence of the butterfly project, is that there is an effect, and it's a sort of chaotic effect because of the random features of the project. I think it is super fun. I am super excited to join this project. Lauren, thank you so much for your creativity. Without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the selections for this week's butterfly project. So the first category that I want to focus on for this butterfly project is lips. I feel like lips is definitely the category that I have the most of, and I tend to gravitate towards 2 or 3 lip products, and I don't really rotate as often as I should, honestly, because I tend to have favorites, I play favorites, and I forget about what I own. So the first lipstick is actually a product that I don't enjoy, I wouldn't recommend, and I wouldn't repurchase, but I'm really trying to like hate pan or use up as much as possible before the formula goes bad. It's the Physicians Formula The Healthy Lip in the color Nourishing Plum. I like the color, but I feel like it's a little bit too patchy for the lips, and because it is so sticky and nourishing, it is really difficult to layer on top of itself without it getting goopy and without it kind of patching away. So it's not really a great lipstick, but I do like the color, and I figure I might as well use it before the season is over. I don't tend to use dark lipsticks during the spring and summertime, and there is no way that this will last until the fall, because it has only been open for a month or so, and I can already tell that the formulation is starting to change on me, especially this color. So I will be trying to use this as much as possible this week, and the lipstick that Tiny Decisions chose for me ended up being the Colourpop Lippie Stick Crayon in the color Goldie. It is a matte crayon, and it is actually what I am wearing on my lips today. It's a sort of really beautiful brick red color, really creamy. I do agree with the claims that it is a matte formula. Really easy to reapply. You just saw me reapplying. Really opaque, really creamy. I do love this formula. It can tend to be a little bit drying, especially if you use these crayons a couple of days in a row. But if you're using it every couple of days and you're hydrating, it really is a good, inexpensive choice from Ulta, because they're not technically drugstore, but they have 25% off coupons all of the time. They do free shipping, and they do have Afterpay. So, you know, it's not that I'm trying to get you to shop at Colourpop, but they are sometimes even more affordable than drugstore prices. So the second category that I chose is eyeshadow palettes. I have a couple of them, and I decided to choose the BH Cosmetics Love in London 16 color shadow palette. I love this palette. I have been using it almost every single day. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I did give this color, Duchess, a try, but I did not like it on my skin tone. It made me look like I had a beaten up eye. I don't know if it is my complexion or if it's something about the shade, but it made my under eye circles look even bigger than they are, or even darker than they are. So I wasn't too impressed with this shade. Again, it might just be something with my complexion. I don't really think that is anything wrong with the shadow. And the eyeshadow palette that was chosen at random was the Juvia's Place, the Saharan palette. I have a love-hate relationship with this palette because while it is beautiful and the colors are lovely, and my all-time favorite shade is in this palette, and there are also some really shiny, reflective shimmers and a really, really nice, buttery, smooth transition shade. Well, it has all of those things. Juvia's Place color stories are always all over the place. I don't feel that I can ever get one cohesive look out of the palette without having to pull colors from other palettes. And I feel like there really is only two looks that you can make. You can make a kind of brown pink or brown orange, and you can put a little bit of this black in the outer edge to smoke it out. But there really is nothing else that you can do with this palette that's not sticking a shimmer in pink and orange. And there's like a sunset vibe that you can do. I've talked about this before in my other video, but there really is not much else that can be done with this palette. If you want to stay updated with my makeup, my day-to-day makeup and the products that I use, please subscribe. Ring the bell so that you get notified every single time that I upload. And please follow me on Instagram. My handle is DayExplains, one word, all lowercase. Thank you so much for watching. Go check Lauren's channel. Go check out her Instagram. Show her some love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!